Hey guys, welcome back. This is the last video before my alphabet series, and I saved the best for last, and that is theory. And theory is the most controversial subject in all of court reporting. Everybody's probably argued about it before, but don't worry if you're a student, you're in a school, or if you're about to start school, don't stress about your theory, about which one is better, because the bottom line is that every school pretty much only uses two. And so you don't have much of a choice in that regard. You do have a choice whether or not to add briefs to your individual theories, but you pretty much don't have a choice with theories. The reason why I chose to write short are threefold. First reason is because in the old times, before real-time theories, people just wrote whatever they had to get it and get it down. They wrote as short as they could to get the strokes down so that they could transcribe it back. They did not worry about real-time compatibility. They did not worry about everything coming up perfectly on the screen. I'm not saying that theory is the only reason why we have almost doubled the amount of time that it takes the average student. I'm just saying that it is probably a big part of it because we're constantly staring at our screens and expecting ourselves to be perfect, expecting real time out of ourselves when, let's face it, 225 words per minute real time is speed contest speed. And all the court reporters that take it, many of them who've been reporting 5-10 years, not even all of them pass it. So it is a very high level, and I know people like this that go into the RPR and they try to write as cleanly as possible, and they beat themselves up because they're dropping left and right, because they're overthinking about things, they're messing up proper names, and they expect so much of themselves when the bottom line is, as a student, you don't have the endurance of a court reporter. With endurance comes speed. With the familiarity of your language, which is called theory, comes speed. And as a student, you don't have those luxuries yet, so you have to scrap and you have to do whatever it takes to get something down that you can transcribe back. Most of the time I practiced in school, I didn't even look at the screen. It was irrelevant. All that mattered was that I could transcribe it back. That's all that mattered at the end of the day. I could pass another test so I could get one step closer to my dream. I tell people this all the time, that it doesn't matter how cleanly you write if you can't even pass the bare minimum 225 to start monetizing your skill. If you're one of those people that has to write perfect all the time, put that aside for a second and just push yourself to get something for everything. And then when you get out, you can work on cleaning up your skill. You know, when I got out, I was probably the furthest person from real time, and yet within 7 months I was already providing real time. So it's not going to hold you back if you just focus on speed while in school. The second reason why I chose a short theory is because, and I know this now because my best friend writes everything out, and we are both captioners, so we amass a ton of strokes. We compared our strokes, and we do the same programs. And basically I was writing 2 million strokes, 2 million less than her in a year for the same exact material. So we're having the same output, but I'm writing 2 million strokes less. And that means a lot. It means a lot on your wear and tear on your arms. And finally, the last reason why I decided to write short was because it allows you to practice when you're tired. You're tired of your machine, you don't even want to look at it. That's fine. I grab my notebook and I work on my briefs. I don't even have to be at my machine. I could be in the doctor's office waiting for my appointment, and I could be working on my briefs. That's just machine writing. Eventually you get tired of it, and briefs is a way to mix it up so that it's never dull. Also, it allows you to bring out your creative side. If you're one of those creative personalities, which I am a little less on that side, but if you're one of those creative people, it allows you to invent. You can make up briefs whatever you want them to be. You can make them up, and that's one of the most fun things about Steno. It's to make it on your terms. I still write out all the time. I still fingerspell. Every court reporter writes out. And so it really pains me when I see arguments about it, because we are one and the same, not tearing each other down. We all write out, we all brief, and we're all part of the same family. When our profession succeeds, when we are at our optimal level, then we are the strongest unit and we can put our best foot forward as a profession. Steno is hard enough. No matter what you choose to do, write out or brief, it's still going to be hard. There is no magic bullet. Briefing is a different beast than writing out. In writing out, you have to spend hours on that machine and drive it home. With briefing, it's more spread out, where you just work on briefs past theory. So you're not just, I call briefing book smart. So theory is book smart. You learn theory 6 months, 9 months to a year. You might review it every once in a while, but you're done with the book knowledge part. For me, because I was briefing all the way up until I graduated, I was always in the books. So it's a different beast than writing out. You don't spend as much time on the machine part, you spend more spread out.